The 2026 World Cup presented a logistical challenge that had never been attempted in modern sports. Across the United States, Mexico, and Canada, organizers had to build an infrastructure capable of sustaining a continent-wide tournament. This map shows the exact scale of that challenge: 16 North American host cities, welcoming 48 teams. To get to a champion, they had to pack 104 matches into just 39 days. That is the physical equivalent of staging 104 Super Bowls in a single month. On opening day, the execution looked flawless. Millions watching at home received a pristine 4K feed of Mexico securing a 2-0 victory over South Africa, backed by the roaring, packed house energy you expect at the Azteca. But later that exact same day, during the South Korea versus Czechia match in Guadalajara, the cameras captured something strange. Massive blocks of vacant seats were staring right back at the pitch. It raises an immediate question. How did a multi-billion-dollar mega event, equipped with the most advanced broadcast technology ever assembled, failed to put bodies in the seats on day one? The answer starts with how we actually watch the games. Host broadcast services made a deliberate choice to route every raw camera feed from all 16 stadiums to a single international broadcast center in Dallas. This diagram shows their IP REMI network. It funnels data streams from stadiums thousands of miles apart into a central Texas hub, achieving zero-latency production. Once there, an AI system called XtraMotion analyzes standard footage, generating cinematic, super slow-motion replays on the fly. They even deployed chest-mounted cameras on referees, using stabilization software to correct bouncing footage and put home viewers directly onto the pitch alongside players. Back in the studios, networks like Fox and Telemundo took that central feed and projected it onto massive LED virtual volumes. They could dynamically shift their studio lighting and graphics to perfectly match the colors of whatever teams happened to be playing. Every technical decision was carefully calculated to deliver a rich, error-free television product to billions of people sitting in their living rooms. The broadcasters compressed the vast geography of North America into a perfectly packaged, highly digestible feed. They optimized the entire event to look flawless on a screen. But that screen perfection masked a brutal physical reality. Outside the gates of venues like the Estadio Guadalajara, local fans were missing. This graph illustrates why. Instead of standard pricing, FIFA implemented dynamic ticketing. Seat costs fluctuated rapidly, driven upward by algorithms responding to demand. While host nations promised final tickets would cap at $1,500, the dynamic curve pushed premium seating near $16,000. That algorithmic inflation trickled all the way down the schedule. For a group stage match, a general admission seat suddenly cost $400 to $5,000. When you add in the massive travel distances between host cities like Los Angeles, flights to New York, and over to Mexico City, the financial burden for a traveling supporter became mathematically impossible. The economic architecture of the tournament actively alienated the sport's working-class core, treating their generational loyalty as a luxury commodity to be extracted. The backlash caught the attention of local regulators. In the New York and New Jersey hosting region, attorneys general launched formal investigations into FIFA over alleged deceptive queuing practices and hidden ticketing costs. FIFA president Gianni Infantino publicly defended the model. He argued that aggressive dynamic pricing captures revenue that would otherwise go to black market scalpers, allowing the organization to reinvest those funds into global football development. However, former FIFA executive Miguel Madrido offered a different explanation. He pointed out that the organization was simply prioritizing short-term corporate profits over keeping the matches accessible to actual fans. It exposes a severe structural conflict: a global sports governing body operating with the aggressive, unyielding profit motives of a Wall Street enterprise. The 2026 World Cup operates in two parallel realities. It stands as perhaps the greatest broadcast engineering achievement in sports history, while simultaneously failing the fans who actually want to attend. The organizers made a critical mathematical error. They treated passionate fan loyalty as guaranteed, inelastic demand, assuming supporters would simply pay whatever algorithmically generated price was put in front of them. But loyalty has a limit. If you optimize a mega event entirely for the screen and you price out the working-class fan in the process, you risk destroying the authentic soul of the stadium entirely.